See, when you pray to God, you pray out of lack. And that's the thing. Most people nowadays, they pray out of lack, and this is why they don't receive, right? And then the only thing they think about is the dollar bill. You have to understand that we are going into a time where the dollar bill is probably worth less than it ever has been. We're going to a time where your worth and value will not be just determined off of money, but be determined off of what you have done for the world. So you're saying I'm saying basically that, you know, as we progress into this age, into this new age of Aquarius that we're getting into, this golden age, you will start to see how, you know, it won't be just the physical money. There's going to be plenty of people that's going to have money until money doesn't matter anymore, until they change the currency completely. Search Elon Musk if you want to know about that. But when it comes to, you know, us as spiritual beings, you have to understand that money has never been the goal. Money has always been a medium. And we've made it an obstacle because we focused on the lack of money instead of having the mindset of, I am abundance. And you being in that abundance, or you being in that mindset of, you know, already being complete within oneself, is what you're resonating with and sending out into the universe. Because the universe is you in a larger form versus you in a smaller form in the body. And so you say to yourself, what is it that I want to manifest or create, or I want to bring into this existence? It's all depending upon what I think about myself and how I deal with my situations. Meaning, internally, do I deal with myself when I don't get the thing I want? How do I respond to myself? Externally, when I don't get the thing that I want, how do I respond to that situation? Because you got to remember, as you're building, you got to come out of the old cycles of who you used to be. So all of these things, you have to let the energy play itself out in the physical realm being slower than the spiritual realm. So when you're talking about materialistic things, you cannot get caught up in materialistic things, because when you move beyond the physical body, the materialistic things won't be there anymore. They will change back to atoms and go back into the earth or whatever substance they are, and go back to Mother Earth and do what they need to do, versus, or be the construction or part of the DNA coding that is a part of you. But when it comes to the physical aspect of you, it will no longer be here. And that's what people don't understand, is that when the physicality is gone and it's just you internally in your spirit, when nobody else is around and it's just you in your room and you sit in there and you can't even deal with yourselves and your emotions. And this is why you have to consistently, not just, you feel me, you can say something about smoking, but it's not even just that. Whether it's the alcohol, whether it's the toxic people you're around, whether it's, you know, you just not being able to even be comfortable in your own space. And this is the thing, you know, a lot of people, they say they are, but let's put you, if this is why people go to prison, they end up being way more mature, because you put them in that sense of isolation. Now you can see, like the hermit, they're able to blossom out of that, right? And so this is what I'm mainly getting at, is that as you develop in this spirituality, you understand that after death, I can no longer worry about these things. After death, then I realized my next journey is to learn how to cultivate this thing, use the experience that I learned in the physical life to be able to come into the spiritual aspects and all the things that I learned, to be ready for this next stage that is the larger reality that there is. And out of the sun and into the mother, you go out of the lower aspects and into the higher aspects of creation, where you start to see things, where you start to be able to do things and see things that go beyond the normal measure. Now, would you be able to touch anything physically? No. But energetically, everything is energy. So would it really matter if you knew how to affect things from a higher level on down to a lower level? So, and people think it's just about high, but sometimes you have to think about the frequency, or think about how you can't touch something else. Let's say if you try to touch air, you're always touching air. But do you know you're touching air? Not unless you feel that bitch, right? So what you're saying is, what is air? Air is particles. What is particles? Particles is Latin for particula or small parts. You feel what I'm saying? You're talking about small parts of what? Small parts of light. What is electricity? What is a magnetism? What is electromagnetism? This is the light spectrum. So you're talking about not just light radiation that we all emanate from, But the fact that we come from before there was ever anything ever conceived, what they call this, before even the chaos itself, we understand that there was always the all. And from the all, everything else is manifested. All the spirit, all the solar realms, all of the chaos, everything comes from the all. What part of the all? The mind of the all. But we are in the minds of who we are in a larger aspect of ourselves. Can you really understand that and grasp that you are the mind of your higher self, and that you're living out an experience? You feel me? And once you're able to grasp that, then you're able to move up in consciousness. So I know I do a lot of esoteric videos and different things breaking down these topics, but I do that so you can start to grasp it. You really got to get this sense of just seeing it. A lot of that, you don't even really need it. I'm going to be honest with you. What you really need is to understand yourself. This is why I teach about self. I do this. This is the little show, you know, with the pictures and stuff. That's for, it's like it gives you hints and keys with the symbolism. But even without the symbolism, you got to understand this is a self journey. Self. Because everything deals with frequency, resonance. As I resonate with the right information, I will upgrade in my DNA. As I resonate with myself and learn myself further, these different aspects of me, I will upgrade in my DNA. I will start to resonate with those other parts of myself that are in different spaces. And I am able to download this and have it in the physical body, because the physical body is only a product of the mental. And the mental is only a product of, you can keep going, etheric, temple, all these different things you want to call it, right? But at the end of the day, this is all just different aspects of light, from higher aspects of light down to lower aspects of light, and from the fastest vibration or oscillation to that creates higher vibration, to the slowest oscillation that creates slower vibration. And knowing that everything is really one and the same, just appears to be separate based off of frequency. And once you grasp that, you understand that this is why unity trumps everything else what you think. Unity trumps any egotistical goal or perspective you can ever have, because unity is real power. Separation, it only divides things further and further and further, and therefore you can never have a totality and clarity in your consciousness. As you connect with more people that resonate on that frequency, it makes the light brighter. In very simple terms and very simple perspectives. I can just go here, I can sit here and talk with y'all for days just about these things. You feel what I'm saying? Without even getting into the esoteric stuff. You feel me? But this is ultimately what you're trying to do and what you're cultivating. Is learning how to not be less materialistic, because you won't have the physical body forever. And you know this because you have been a physical being before. Unless it's your first time, but it's not really many people's first time. So, but I mean, I guess you wouldn't really remember that, would you? But you will. But yeah, appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all like, follow, and subscribe, and feel me? Drop some stuff if y'all want me to talk about it.